Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. On the screen today, you're going to be watching a COD 4 gameplay, and we've had a bunch of COD news, World War II news come out in the past couple of days. So in this video, I'm just going to go through the ones that already came out. So they already came out with the patch, which was, I'm pretty sure, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, which would have been the 18th. And then the upcoming stuff with the DLC and the Resistance community event and stuff like that. So, first up on the list, a bunch of nerfs and buffs regarding a bunch of guns and some fixes for some maps. So, weapon tuning adjustments, FG42, but they buffed the recoil and they buffed the rate of fire. Grease gun, recoil adjustment to give player more control. So I guess you could say they buffed the recoil. ADS transition time buff, so you can aim down sight faster. Car 98 ADS transition time nerf, so now it will take longer for you to look down your scope. Same with the Lee Enfield. Combat shotgun, slight max damage range nerf, still overall buff to where it was at launch of the game. Sawed-off shotgun, apparently this gun is like actually viable now. Max and mid damage range buff, buff to number of pellets to kill, reload time buff, and hip spread nerf. So you won't be able to hip fire as well as you used to, but you also had a bunch of buffs to it. Maps, move defensives, start spawns in S&D on Saint Marie du Mont, and move CTF flag positions back on London docks. So those are all the weapon changes that came out yesterday. Another piece of news that came out, Eric Hirschberg, the CEO of Activision, is going to be resigning. It said that he started with Activision in like 2010 or something like that, and COD's been the highest selling game since then. That doesn't mean he was a good CEO, but yeah, so they haven't announced who the new CEO is going to be yet. I'm voting for David Vonderhaar because he's sick, but yeah. So, in terms of what's going to be coming up on January 23rd, this is all going to be starting January 23rd, sorry, and we're going to be getting 3 new guns, well, 2 guns and a melee weapon. So we're going to be getting the Volk Sturmgewehr, which is an assault rifle, the Orso SMG, and the combat knife, which is obviously a melee weapon. And you will be able to earn all of these through orders, so you don't have to go out and buy supply drops and use your armory credits if you don't want to. Next thing up on the list, the Resistance community event. So Captain Butcher is going to be returning. He's going to have new clothes and, you know, probably new emblems and titles and stuff like that. And there's going to be 5 weeks starting on January 23rd. And you get 1 free Resistance themed supply drop every week for the duration of the event. So, you know, they're once again, just like with the Winter Siege, they're going to be giving people some free supply drops, which is, you know, always a welcome, I guess you could say, gift. They're going to be adding Demolition. So, you know, it's not quite what the Ground War community asked for, but you know, like I said before in my game modes that I wanted to see, Demolition was one of those game modes. Link on the screen if you haven't seen the video. They're going to be adding Prop Hunt, so obviously the fan favorite game mode that started on PC, then made its way into Modern Warfare Remastered, and then I'm not sure if it was in Infinite Warfare, but yeah, anyway, it's going to be coming to COD World War II. So, you know, if you're a fan of Prop Hunt, then you know, then that's your game mode. Now there's gonna be a Resistance division. Now, this division, it's gonna be focusing on when you look at like the perks, I guess you could say the perks that you get for it. It's kind of focusing on like close quarters. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna read you like the things that you unlock. So when you first equip it, you get a tactical knife. So, you know, from Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I'm not sure what other games had it. I know Modern Warfare 3 had it for sure. I'm not sure if Ghost had it. But anyway, so you're going to be getting a tactical knife. And then at level 2, you can scramble the nearby enemy mini-map. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And because with that, I feel like it could work two ways. If the person that's near you is trash, then, you know, obviously you're going to scramble their map. They're going to be disoriented. And if you play COD, you know that when somebody calls in a counter UAV, if you're playing, you know, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, like any one of these games, and somebody calls in a counter UAV, like, you're blind. Like, you're basically, you know, you're lost. It's, yes, you still have, you know, your other senses, you know, like, you could see the game, like, you can hear the game, but it's like, when you don't have a map, like, the map is a very important piece of equipment in COD to me. So, you know, if somebody's scrambling my map, like, I'm not panicking, but, you know, my senses are going to be raised, and, you know, I'm going to be looking around for people. Level 3, you get an additional pistol attachment, so, you know, it's not bad. I think right now you can only equip one attachment, so you're going to be able to have two. So, you know, you can have, like, extended mags and, like, high caliber. Do pistols have high caliber? I don't know. Anyway, you can have, like, extended mags and, like, steady aim, or FMJ, or quick draw, or grip, or something, anything. And then in level 4, or when you level it up to level 4, mini map indicator in the direction of nearby hostiles. Now this one, I don't really know how I feel about this, just because, I mean, it's basically 6th Sense if you think about it, from Black Ops 3. And then obviously, you know, they already have I forgot what it's called. I think it's like requisitions or something like that, where if somebody aims at you, it, like, your screen turns yellow. There's like a little, like, aura on your screen. But, you know, and, like, for me, like, I don't really see, like, where the skill is in that. That's kind of just like a crutch thing, or not a crutch thing. It's like a noob friendly thing. But yeah, 6th Sense. It was obviously super popular in Black Ops 3, and I'm pretty sure there was no counter to it. It was there was no 100% counter to it. Like, you can kind of, like, dumb the effect down on yourself, or for the person that was using it, to where it was only like a little small piece of the map. But as far as I know, there was no, like, actual, like, you could stay off of it. So, I mean, we'll see how that works. And, you know, once again, like I said, the division is going to be free for all the players on January 23rd. And, you know, all this, like, the demolition prop hunt, this is all coming out on the 23rd. And then, like I said, there's going to be a free supply drop. But going back to the division, I mean, when you think about it, this division is going to have commando, it's going to have scrambler, and it's going to have 6th Sense. So I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, if you, like, you talk about, like, when you're talking about this division now, you basically, like, 6th Sense is basically a UAV that's always on. It's just, you have to be near enough to the people, or, like, you know, your enemies and stuff like that, but that's basically a UAV that's always on. And, you know, unless they make a counter to it, like, unless Mountain counters it, or Inconspicuous, or, you know, any one of these things, now you're talking about, you know, if you add Inconspicuous to this, I'm pretty sure that's the one that makes your footsteps quieter. But I mean, you know, you're talking about 6th Sense, and you have quiet footsteps, and you have scrambler, and you have commando. So, you know, I'm not really sure how this is gonna balance out. I mean, it's still, to me, Mountain is still the best division, just because, you know, you're off the radar, you have dead silence, you know, and it's just, to me, it's the best one. And then it's probably airborne, where it's like you move faster, and then infantry, you move faster when you're aiming down sights, and you can carry more ammo and stuff like that. But I feel like this resistance one is definitely going to be, it's probably going to be the best one, to be honest with you. But I mean, you can expect gameplay from me when it comes out on the 23rd, and that's pretty much it. I mean, we have a bunch of stuff coming, so you know, at least Sledgehammer is, I guess you could say, they're still supporting the game, if you want to call it that. And, you know, all this is coming out before the DLC comes out. This is all coming out on the 23rd, and then if I'm not mistaken, the DLC does come out on the 30th. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This has been a super long video. It's breaking 10 minutes now. But once again, or as always, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It is very much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.